I'm very, very honored to welcome an amazing team. They had their international premiere at Movies That Matter, the incredible film Watch Over Me by director Farida Pacha and cameraman Lutz Konermann. Welcome, and we are so, so honored to have you. When I watched the film, I was like sort of blown away. A black and white film in such a beautiful pace, being in the montage, in your storytelling, the poëzie you used, the poetry, would say poëzie is Dutch, the poetry you're using. It's incredible on such a tender and highly important subject of palliative care in India. And as I understand, only 1% of the population has access to this kind of care. So, Farida, could you take us? How did you find these three amazing ladies, the counselor, the nurse, and the doctor, Maniamma, Sini and Reena? And how did you find it? And what was the moment you thought, I should make a film on this?
Well, I was researching another film on rural healthcare in India, and I came across their work in some online article. And I had an experience myself, taking care of my parents when they were very sick, and I looked after them for 6 years. So it struck a chord with me. And I thought, oh, well, this is a film. I didn't I didn't know that there were organizations that were providing palliative care services. So I got in touch with the head of the organization and I asked for a meeting because I wanted to know more. And she was very, very positive. And, she said the ball rolling. And I got a chance to go with different teams to see how they worked. And one of these, the team is the one that you see in the film. Mm-hmm. And they are just, all of them, but this team in particular was extremely committed, extremely dedicated, and really loved their patients. You could see that they really loved their work, which was such a hard work, to do it. I think it must be one of the toughest jobs to do. And I just knew that I had the right protagonist for the film.
And it's an NGO, eh? It's a Delhi-based NGO.
It's called CanSupport. It works in Delhi. And it's providing free home care, palliative care to patients. Most of them are, I would say low middle class. So really needy.
Yeah. And Lutz, you were the cameraman on the project, and how was it to film? Because I would like to know how hard was it to film? Because you took it also a really nice pace, and you kept on filming where it's maybe for a spectator sometimes nearly uncomfortable in a way, but I thought it was extremely good. You kept on filming. So how was that? How hard or not hard was that? And the other question is about choosing to do it in black and white, which I thought was a fantastic choice. But I'd like to first hear about how it was to shoot a film like this, and then the artistic choice to do it in black and white.
Sure. Well, you already mentioned it. This was hard to do in many aspects. One is the aspect you mentioned is the psychological aspect, because you are in a situation that you feel. The second you enter the room, you feel you feel the tension that there is in the room. There is that sorrow. There is that grief. There is that stress upon the family and the patients, and that transmits to you as a team. So. This is like a holy space. It's like a holy situation that you have to be very, very careful about how you handle that, how you introduce yourself, and how you go about it. So psychologically, yes, this was hard. This was stressful. But once you have committed yourself, that's at least is my work ethic. Once you have committed yourself, you go the full mile. You don't stop in between, because okay, I'm here for that purpose, and I just go with the flow. I have to go on. I can't stop now. I have to, you're in the situation. You become part of it, even though maybe you're not consciously part of what is going on, or maybe even the protagonists are no longer aware of you as a team being around and filming, but still you feel that you are with them. You're part of them, and you can't stop. And that was, this was also our working principle, that we said, we have the camera rolling by the time we enter the visit, once the visit starts, and we won't switch the camera off until we have left them again. So basically the camera kept rolling all the time. These visits are not long. They were on average 30 minutes to an hour. Yeah. So it was not that long, but still, yeah, that leads to the other challenge. That is the physical one. And it's been hot. It's been quite hot in Delhi. This is one thing. And especially if you're not used to the climate, it is a little bit stressful. And also, the whole film is handheld. So you have to train also in order to be able to do these one shots for an hour.
Yeah.
But it's been an amazing experience on all levels.
Yeah.
As far as the black and white goes, maybe Farida is better at explaining it.
Oh, yeah, it was just a choice I made very early on, because I love black and white films, and I love the way they can draw you in. And this was very important to me in this film, because I didn't want anyone to be distracted by the colors that you normally see in an Indian home, which can be quite stark.
Yeah, overwhelming. I've been to India a few times. It's quite overwhelming. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I just didn't want anyone to be distracted by that. It was the communication that was going on here between the team, the patient, the family, that was the most important. And so I thought black and white really helps to draw you into that. And so that was the choice. That's why we made the choice to stick to black and white.
Yeah, I thought
of course, I knew that I would have a lot of questions about this, and that, especially commissioning editors would have a problem with this. But yes. I think it was the right choice.
Yeah, with black and white, it's immediately about content. And because all the surface, all the impressions that you get at first glance, they are just, washed away. And you look at what is this about? What is there at the core? And so I also think that black and white really, really helps.
Yeah, I agree completely. And for how long, just to get a bit of a contextualize, this is an NGO I know in Delhi. Are there many of them? Is this very unique, or that I didn't mean?
Yeah, no, it's very few of them actually. You find most of them in the big metros, but like in the big cities, but I doubt there's anything in the smaller towns or the rural areas. Kerala, which is in the south of India, has a better system. They have like community palliative care, but they are the exception. And it doesn't really exist in hospitals. So there are huge public hospitals and private hospitals without any palliative care department. You won't find palliative care doctors who are specialized in this field. So it's not something that is taught in medical schools. You go through 5 years of medical school, you will never hear about palliative care. So it's not part of it's not been so far part of the health policy. So it's just doesn't exist. I hope it changes soon.
Yes, and in that respect, the film has not been shown in India on the public broadcast or on the TV. That's hard, is it? Or
no, it's almost impossible. They just simply don't show documentaries. The private channels will not commission it. They will not even buy it. So it's next to impossible to show documentaries on Indian TV.
Yeah, but it is shown in an Indian film festival or not?
It was selected.
Exactly.
Mumbai Film Festival. But last year, they had to cancel it because of COVID, and so hopefully they can hold it this year, and they have promised that they will screen the film.
So you don't know exactly by making the film. I mean. The purpose must have been, I reckon, if you make a film like this, to to draw attention to the healthcare system within India. Am I right?
Well, absolutely. That, to show it as widely as possible. And also, I think that in a way it also transcends the Indian context, because it is all about, learning to cope with the idea that we are mortal, that, life ends. And in that sense, I think it is a very wide audience. But yes, it's very important for me that it gets screened widely in India, and that also that these organizations get the support that they should get, also from the government and also from their donors and other funding agencies. So that would be great if that could happen.
So not now, but once the pandemic is over, would that mean that NGOs will use the film, show the film, or because if you can't get it on national TV because for obvious reasons, how could people see the film within India? Because I think one of your goals might be that as well, I suppose.
I suppose we would put it, make it available on an online platform, and
absolutely, yeah. I mean, since the whole festival circuit in a way has collapsed last year, which was a blow, not only to us but to many of our colleagues. We are right now in the process of sourcing ideas, of sourcing strategies to basically circumvent the festival circuit, if necessary, in order to get the film the attention that it needs to be distributed more widely online, be made available to groups who are specifically interested and concerned with palliative care.
And then it might change. And I reckon you showed the film to the three amazing ladies, the counselor, nurse, and the doctor. What was their reaction? What did they think? And the families, I suppose.
The families, not yet, because I would like to be there in person to show it to them. And I'd like to just send a link like this, and so for them can be quite traumatizing to watch it all again. But the team watched it. They got together at the doctor's house and they watched it one Sunday, and they really, really liked it very much, which was very important to me. It's funny because their reactions were like, are we really so patient with them? Are we really? I know it's so amazing. I said, did you have to watch a film to recognize that about yourself?
Yeah. In that respect, what I thought was so beautiful, of course, it was a really observational film, but it was in a way also a tribute to them, right? To their work and to who they are, and through that, showing the loving way they're doing that, and there's so much need for it that then it might change rules and laws. And has it I'm not sure, but will it be shown in other continents on public broadcasting as yet?
We have not secured any TV deal for the reasons that you mentioned beforehand. It is very hard to sell a black and white film nowadays on TV. It's very hard. I mean, no matter what the choices and the reasons for your choices may be.
And a film on death and dying, it's hard too.
Yes.
It's just life itself, huh? It's about things people don't want to talk about. Sorry, Lutz.
No, absolutely. It's things that are very, very hard to sell, hard to break also to an audience. We really hope that we can manage to we're in the process of making a trailer for the film, and we are really aiming now at making it a trailer that will invite and will show that this film is not just about death and dying. It's moreover, it's about the love that these women give to their job, to the patients, to the world.
It's about life, and it's about what you cherish in the end. It's all the love and the care in these very fragile times. That is for me the real takeaway from the film. That for me is the real moving part of the film, is the love that you see in the film.
Yeah, it is in our section, Take on Love, for that particular reason. I mean, yeah, of course. Yes, I think so. But I felt like the three families were also very loving, and also their communication with the team was really, really impressive. And I did not know. So, and how now is the pandemic going on? So what's the situation now? I mean,
in terms of how they
yeah, are they working like insane, or can they not work and people die on their own, or
no,
how is it now?
Last year when it was very there was a very strict lockdown in India.
Yeah.
So that really affected their work, and it changed the way also. I mean, they had to go with, of course, they go with masks and gloves, and so it does impact, the building of the bond that they are so good at. But they are doing it. Last year, they, at least to the very needy patients, to the very patients that really needed it, they would make sure that a team reached them, even with the lockdown. They went, and now things are back more to normal now, and they are continuing their work. But of course, it has impacted the organization, because funds that were coming to them have been withdrawn, and for various reasons, and also that companies are now funding COVID relief measures rather than this. So in a way, they are also part of this whole collateral damage, unfortunately, because it's even more needed now.
Yes, exactly.
So it's
ironic. It really is.
Yeah. That's maybe also such a big country, but that was what I read in reviews as well, that a film like this should really draw attention, that maybe the healthcare system, there are things to be done, but now in the pandemic, it's obviously more
it's even
complicated. It's even more difficult. And are you going to pick up on this film for a new film, or are you going to switch to a completely different subject on a new film, or are you really busy with this film to get the impact right and unfold?
Yes, I think so. I have not really started working on another project. Because this film also, it's really taken a toll, like in terms of emotionally, psychologically, and
I understand.
I really feel I need a break right now.
Yeah. And over what kind of period of time did you film? What was the shooting period?
So I started in the middle of 2017. Is that so? Yeah, with the research, late. And we started shooting late 2017.
And it went into 2019.
We finished early of 2020. So.
We were ready, basically, but then there was no chance to premiere the film. So it has been...
It
has been held back for almost a year.
It has been two years that I was working on the film.
Yeah. And was it hard to find the families? What was their reason to say, we allow a camera team here as well in such a vulnerable situation?
So it's always, to me, I really have no answer, because the ones that did give consent, like the ones that you see in the film, I mean, they went all through right till the very end.
That was quite remarkable. You could tell that they forgot about you completely, right?
Fantastic it was. And I mean, it's just, they were really so generous. And it's not like, we took the footage and they never saw us again. We went, every visit almost, the team was there, we were there. What you see in the film is just a fraction of what we have shot with them. So, and even up to the condolence visit, so, I mean, really, they were so also, loving towards us. It was quite, it was very precious, I must say, the whole experience.
Of course, there have been patients and families who said, no, we would rather not.
There were more, so I would say most of them would say right at the beginning, no.
Of course.
And then there were a couple, just two, I think, that withdrew support at some point.
Okay.
Yeah, but they were always with the more younger patients, and I think they were more worried about how they looked, and they were not
how they would come across. Understandably.
I understand. But it only happened in two instances, I must say.
Okay, so
and these three families were absolutely very, very. I can't.
Very open, very generous.
yeah, that's what you feel. I mean, you nearly don't feel the camera. It's so, you're so with them, which is incredible. But you sometimes think like,
I mean,
wow, if you let that enter your house at that particular moment, that's
and
really brave, really brave.
It was like small rooms, and we have with professional gear, like a professional camera. The sound recorders have a long boom rod with a boom mic. I mean, we're not inconspicuous at all.
No, you weren't with like a little with a mobile phone.
Yeah, no, but you are there in that room along with three team members, along with other family members, and you're part of it. It's
yeah. And what was their reason for the families? Was it like people should know that that a team like this is existing, and that and to emphasize or put pressure on local authorities or anything they like? Or was it more like, it's fine, you can do it?
Well, yeah, because we would tell them that the whole point was to also let other people know that these services exist, that they're doing such an important job, and whether they would, want to be part of this. So, and the ones here, they totally agreed. And also, I think, by the end, you have to just understand that there are two patients in the film that were the very first visit, which the team has never met them before. They have no bond with them yet. And there we were, just with them when they opened the door and we were shooting, and they were absolutely okay with that. And I think by the end, they really understand the value of the care that they have been given,
Yeah.
So,
I think it was also partly because out of gratitude for what they were being offered, that they said, okay, for that, I'm absolutely open also to share this experience with others, with the world.
I can imagine they did. And also, that's if it's really that there's only which is obviously true, 1% can get that access, this is an amazing way. And it's what I really liked as well, that you choose a completely human interest perspective, observational, and not a journalistic things like these are the facts and figures and so on. But did you do that on purpose? Yeah, of course you did. Why?
Because I think it's. I'm not very fond of these very didactic films myself, and these are films that move you, that make you experience something. That is the ones that you remember and that have the most impact on you, I think, And I always find that the observational style, which I like very much, I like to work that way, always gives you that chance as a viewer, because you have to work things out as you're watching it, because it's not explained to you. And therefore, at the end, you are also, as a viewer, very satisfied, because you have made sense of what you're watching. You become part of the film also. You're much more active, I think. And
you go on that's how it was for me. You go on a sort of emotional journey with you as a film team, with them, with the families, which is really, really, really impressive. And you do, of course, you do understand, like, if they go like this way to the homes and it's an NGO, it means there's no healthcare for this. Otherwise, it would have been. And as you were mentioning before in the interview, that even medical students don't get anything on palliative care. It's that's really, really, really incredible. Wow, what and I found it really amazing. You're in the grand jury documentary for that reason, because I thought
it very pleased.
Because I think it's a very, very beautiful, very impressive film, and I applaud you also to dare to make, in this time where everything is about journalism, or a lot is, etc., fixed figures, etc., to make such a poetic film. And as you mentioned, which makes it harder for you, but to make a film in black and white and stick to your artistic choice, where I think you made a really amazing choice.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
so I absolutely hope what the most of all that people can see it in India, so the impact in India will be there, that it will have results, and hopefully the NGOs can help it,
Absolutely.
can be helped, your film. And I hope to see you somewhere on the globe, maybe in India one day.
Maybe.
Maybe in the Netherlands, you come to The Hague to the Movies That Matter Festival,
Yes,
if
that would be
possible.
great.
But we'll do our best to
Thank
give it a grand push in the Netherlands,
Thank you
and
so
Thank you so
let's
much.
be
Thank you.
shown to as many people as possible.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Okay, bye bye. Thank
Bye.
you.